Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Dan's Auto Diagnostics and Repair. Today we're working on a 2007 Chevy Express 2500 van with a 4.8, and this is my own van. I just bought it, and of course it's got the rust on the bottom as usual. Anybody that has any vans like this knows exactly what I'm talking about. But we got a few issues to address today. One, I'll show you here. Let's get the key in it, fire it up. Let's see, we did have an airbag light on. There it is. All right. So we got an airbag light on, that's one. I'm in traffic here, so gotta watch out for cars. I got my zoom messed up. Okay, so we're gonna turn the hazard lights on, and we're gonna see the issue back here. Well, not doing it today. Yesterday, these lights were blinking. Let me get this open. Alright, I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty bright out here, but you can tell a little bit. I have my hazards on, and the reverse lights blink. And the dome light blinks with the hazards on. Might be able to see that one. Not well, but the reverse lights blink, and so does the dome light. So I'm thinking that somebody tried to wire up trailer lights. Let's get these doors open. Somebody's got it rigged. The handle doesn't work. Alright, so what I'm thinking is somebody tried to wire up these trailer lights. They used the vampire connectors. Not sure if that's the problem or not, but something's definitely wonky. That's not supposed to blink with the hazards. I look down here, and you got one of these things that they're supposed to blink. They got the LEDs on them. They're supposed to blink with the blinkers, and that don't work. So we're going to look into that. One more thing on the dash that I should have showed you. My oil pressure light doesn't work. So that's not good. Now it goes up, and when I turn it off, it does go down. So those are the few problems that I'd like to address today. So let's get a scan tool on this thing and get after it. Alright, we're just finishing up our scan here. One more to go. Alright, so we got one in the BCM, one in the PCM, and one in the supplemental and inflatable restraint system. So let's go to the BCM. Let's get this, let's try to get that glare off. Alright, passenger compartment dimming circuit. Yeah, put this up here. Display the fault code. Alright, well let's see, cleared. I'm not really worried about that. Check the PCM. There's that engine oil pressure sensor circuit, low voltage. P0522. That's what we're going to address. BCM. Let's go back. Electronic Front End Sensor 1 Performance. B0100. So that's probably a bad sensor. Let's go in PCM. Enter in here. Special functions. Now you know what we're going to do? Let's get out of here. Let's go to the BCM, or go to the instrument cluster panel and do an actuation test. See, everything's good. This is going to be off. Alright, so as you can see, what I'm really interested in is this. I turn it on, it operates. Turn it off. So all of the gauges are working. So we're good from the PCM to the cluster. So the problem that we're going to have with the sending unit is either the sending unit itself, the connector, bad connection, unplugged, or a bad wire. So we're going to check that out. In order to get to the oil sending unit on this one, it's going to be under this doghouse. So we got to take this doghouse off first, and that'll get us to the back of the engine where the sending unit is. So let me get that going on. Alright, just so you know, if you're working on one of these vans, you want to take the doghouse off. There's a little clip there and a clip on the other side, and you got to take this thing off. There's 4 10mm bolts down in there, and that you take that off and you can get to these two little latches. So you got to take that off to take the doghouse off. Alright, I was trying to, I got a hook here. I was just getting underneath it because it was really hard, and I pulled it loose, but now I can see that this needs to come off too, and there's another one right in the way, so this bottom panel has to come off too. And you can tell this ain't this girl's old first rodeo, because somebody was trying to take it out and just bend this back, and it's all scraped up here and a little scraped up there. But we're going to do it right. We're going to take the bottom panels off and we're going to pull it out so we don't damage anything. So that's the next move. Alright, we got the bottom panel here. It's only 2 10mm bolts. One goes under there and one goes in there, and then they're just all clips. You can see those little clips here, one there, one there. Just be careful, don't break them. They go in these little slots here, one there. So that's that one. Time to get to the next one. Alright, this bottom here, this bottom panel, same kind of gig. 10mm bolt here, 10mm bolt here, and it's got the little locks. And I can tell this one got a little sideways. This metal one's stuck in there, so I'll pull that out, put that back onto there before I put it back in, straighten that one out, and it's good to go. But that's it. Now we're going to be able to get this doghouse off. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. Let's hope these seats aren't in the way. That one's all the way back. Alright, we can pull it away a little bit. We're trying to get back in here. Let me move this all the way out of the way. Alright, we got this scooted out of the way enough to see it in there. Because this, no matter what I do to it, it doesn't want to get, I can't push it back here and then kind of roll it to where the rear end comes up It's just fighting me. It requires a seat to come out to get this thing all the way out and free, but I'm not gonna worry about it. We can see our sending unit. Let's see. Back in here, everything is in the way on the van. But that's our sending unit. It looks to be plugged in. I have to check wire integrity. Maybe run an ohms test on it, but I'm going to check it out, see if it's the sending unit or a wire, and we'll see what we need to do next. Alright, I unplugged the sensor right there, and our gauge is now reading 0. So let me plug that back in. See if I can get a shot of it. If I can get you in here, and I don't know. Alright, I'm just going to plug it in. I can't hold this camera and do it. Alright. It's pegged out. Engine's running. I'm going to unplug it. There it is. It went down. So we got a bad sending unit. Now let's go diagnose the electrical wiring in the back. See what's going on with that. Well, folks, as per usual, it's raining. Never fails. So this operation is on hold. Let's get back to some schematic diagrams. Now typically, folks, as you know, we're in Florida and it's raining on us all the time. This time we're in Southgate, Michigan, and it's raining again. Must just follow me. I don't know. Before we go inside and take a look at the wiring diagrams, I want you to take note of something. Alright, we just got in the van. The dome light in the back is on. Okay, so the door switch is working. We showed you that putting on the hazard lights, it blinks. Now, I'm going to use the blinkers. You notice that when the right blinker is on, it's not blinking. Left blinker on, it is blinking. So it only does it with the left blinker on. Important information. Now let's go back to the schematic diagrams, take a look. Alright, we got the exterior light circuit pulled up on all data here. Let's blow this one up. Alright, if we look at this one right here, we can see, let's see, left turn signal feed right here. That's a light blue with white. Let's see where that goes. That goes up into fuse block body under the left front seat. Alright, let's look at something else. Alright, I got the interior light schematic diagrams pulled up. There's our rear dome light. We got a dark blue with white wire going up into this junction. It powers up all these blue wires. And this is under the left front seat. That's that body fuse block. So that also goes to the under hood fuse block, left of the engine compartment. And then let's go scroll over here. The only other place it goes is to a courtesy reading light, so that shouldn't be connected to the blinkers at all. All situations are pointing towards that. We might have some green crusties or something. Who knows? We have to go into there. We'll take the front seat off or try to dig and get into that box. But I think our next step is to trace that wiring out and see if we got a wiring problem where we're shorted to the left blinker, or we got a bad fuse block, whatever under there, whatever that says it was. I need my glasses, but we'll go check that out next. All right, let's see what we can see under here. Well, looks like somebody's already took this cover off, so somebody's been in there. Let's get a flashlight and see if we can see that better. Alright, we're here at the dome light now just to verify wire colors. As you can see, it is that dark blue with white stripe, and then of course our ground is black, so those wire colors are correct. They go into this wire harness here, and I can see a little blue wire in there, so they go back. You go all the way down there and then probably over that, down that B pillar, and then to that fuse block under the seat. So we verified wire color. Let's go take a look. Yeah, unfortunately you can't see very much. And my light is not working. Must be dead battery. I got my other one charging in there, so we can't see much. But it looks to me like the wires are running down underneath this thing. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to take this seat off and possibly have to get into this B pillar and check some wires. Oh boy. Well, I got the seat out. And of course, it's a huge mess under here. So I gotta clean all that up. And I can see our wires coming out of here. So I'm gonna do a little investigating here. Let you know what I find. Alright, now that we've taken the seat off and we got to the body fuse block there, we're in the body fuse block. On the diagram here, we can see that that's our dome light. We got a cargo van. It goes up. Let's see. It goes up to E7 connector C2. So we're going to look that up here. Connector C1. There's connector C2. Click on that. And here's E7. Courtesy lamp supply voltage. So we're going to go in there, take this connector off. Let's see. Here's the diagrams of our connector. We're on C2. There's E7 right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get under that fuse block, disconnect this here so that I can isolate this wire. We'll do a continuity test between here and the turn signal lights that also go up into here on connector C2, if you can see that. And we'll do a continuity test and we'll see if they still make contact once that connector's pulled out of the fuse block. If we got continuity, apparently the wires are connected somewhere, and then we'll take off that B pillar cover and just trace that wire back and see where they're connected. If not, it's going to be in the fuse block itself, and we'll have to replace the fuse block. I got the fuse block unbolted, and it's just all encased here. I already loosened up these bolts here, and now they got these little clips on the sides, on all four sides. But I may have to take out all these fuses, disconnect that, disconnect the battery cable. I don't know. So far I'm not finding a great way to get in that, but I'm going to check it out. So the dome lights weren't working, and I looked on the fuse schedule here. It said courtesy lights, fuse 3, and it was missing, but we did see that the dome lights were on. But I threw one in there anyway, and then I tried to operate the dome lights, and they wouldn't come on. So I started up the vehicle, and they still wasn't on. So then I pressed on this, and the dome lights came on. So that's peculiar. I think we got a problem in this fuse block. And out of curiosity, I took the rear light off here, and I unplugged it. You can see somebody's been in there. Somebody tried to glue this little piece on. They used the wrong bolt. That's not factory bolt. Here's the piece they tried to glue on. But anyway, I disconnected this. No change. I got the blinker on, and now the blinker's not working. Alright, left blinker. And that dome light was flashing yesterday, not flashing today. Right blinker, still not flashing. We know it was the left blinker yesterday, but ever since I took this off and I pushed on this, and these dome lights did come back on, and now for some reason the left blinker's not working. I'm suspecting it's that fuse block. So I was giving this thing the old tap test, and this dome light was going in and out. So I'm on the dome light. I'm going to tap this thing. See that? Now it's out. I'm going to tap it some more. See that? You see it kind of coming on a little bit. There it is. Yep. So something in there is bad. I was just tapping on it right here. I'll do it again. There it is. So we definitely got a bad fuse block. I'm going to go ahead and get another one of those. Get a oil pressure sending unit and patch everything back up, and this thing should be good to go. Oh, we do have one more problem to address, and I think that I know what that is. Under here, let me get a flashlight. Well, you can see it. You can probably see it without a flashlight. The code was a front sensor for the airbag, and you can see that's split. So that's going to be our problem there. So we're going to get a new front end sensor for that, and then we should be good. Alright, I got this thing apart. Here's connector C1 and C2. Not sure which one's which, but I would imagine this is C2. And it could be this one. Doesn't matter. But what I'm interested in is checking the pin retention. I got the right size here. Matched it up with the size in here, so we're not spreading them at all. That's really good. All these pins seem really tight.
Feels like there might be a little something on that one. Now that one feels a little loose. But anyway, I'm going to go through and check all these, make sure that these are all tight, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I tightened up a couple of those connectors. The tension wasn't good, so I tightened it up. Did the tap test on this. I put it all back together, and we're back to the same problem with the dome light blinking with the blinker. But at least now everything is working again. The blinker does come on, as for last time it didn't. And I was doing the tap test, see if that would go out. Everything seems to be doing pretty good. It's pretty solid. I mean, except for the problem. So we're back to the original issue. So going back to the original plan, I'm going to go ahead and take that connector off the back of the that fuse block, and I'm going to go ahead and do the continuity test between the two lights back there, the blinker and the dome light. And if they got continuity while this is unplugged, then I know the problem's back there. So I'm going to get on that now. Alright, look at this, folks. That light's off, but the front light is on. They should be connected. So that light's off. I got the tail light, the left turn signal. It's pulled apart, but when I plug it back in, light comes on. Unplug, light goes out. Plug it in, boom. We got a bad ground. That's our problem. So let me get a back probe set up, and I'm gonna go from ground to this connector, and that should be on without that. And we shouldn't get, that should take care of the blinking problem too. Right now, left blinker on, and it's blinking. Got a bad ground. Let me go hook this up. Alright, I got my ground clamp on there. It's really for my test light, but I got a jumper wire into this connector. And look at that. She's back on. Disconnect it. Off. So with this ground in here, with this connected, this shouldn't blink with the blinker. Let's go try it. Alright. Blinker's on. Let me go connect it. There we go. Blinker's on. Disconnect the ground, and it's blinking with the blinker again. All I'm doing is taking my ground here, putting it together because I got that probe in it. That's ground in, ground off. Well, that's our problem. Bad ground. Now we got to go find it. Oh, and here we go. We got the left blinker on, and the reverse lights aren't blinking anymore. See that? Take that ground loose, and we got that reverse light blinking in there. So a bad ground was the whole problem. Of course, we did have to tighten up these connections down here on the fuse block, but the body fuse block anyway, under the seat, because as you can see when I did the tap test, dome lights were going out. So I cleaned all those up. I tightened that one connection, sprayed a little deoxit in there. Now I think that's going to be good. Alright, looking at the schematic again. Rear dome light. That ground is at the top of the right D pillar. So let's go check it out. Alright, there we go, folks. Right in front of our face.
That was supposed to be grounded right there. Right there. This was pulled somehow because it's, let's see, let's connect that. Yeah, there we go. That's our problem. So I'm going to fix that. And we should be done. Alright, there's the fix. I put a new eyelet on it, put it under the bolt, and now there we go. Fixed. Just to do the thorough test, left blinker on. Left blinker's working. Not blinking. Now I know a lot of you are probably yelling at the screen saying, yeah, it's a ground, but oh well, it is what it is. And like I said, we still had that problem with the body fuse box, so tighten up them connections, needed to get under there anyway. Now on to the oil pressure sending unit and that front end airbag sensor. Alright, we got the new sending unit in. Whatever that is, you can't really see it from here, but you can see it through there. New sending unit. And as you can see, it's working just fine. Only one more problem, and that's that front impact sensor for the airbags. And I'm not really worried about it right now. I know replacing one will fix that, so we're gonna wrap this one up for now. Still feeling a little stupid about that about that ground situation. I should have knew that right offhand, but you know how it goes. You have good days and bad days. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.